Well, I've taken a break from doing the goggles. They're driving me nuts, but I think I have it solved. In the meantime, what I did was I took some of the white Sculpey and I put it in the helmet. And I'm trying to achieve that cool effect of the texture of wool. And that's created by simply kind of poking it with various sized, it's starting to look like it. That's pretty cool. Various sized tools. This one's got sort of a point on it. And you might also see there that I've installed some more teeth on the other side. And once again, these teeth were baked on my barbecue yesterday. And they're not completely hardened, but they're hard enough that I could jam into the mouth there. I don't know if you can see that other yellowish tooth there. That is actually my tooth. Maybe. I cracked it a while ago. I don't know why I keep these things, but I thought, hey, let's put some of my DNA in this thing. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but what the hell? They can analyze it in a couple of thousand years and perhaps see who the hell I am. I'm trying to find that out myself. So there it is. And let's just, for the sake of demos, I'm going to take another little pointy plastic tool this time, and I'm going to apply the texture of the wool that you would find inside kind of a World War II flying helmet, or World War I for that matter. But I got this trick from the, what does the guy call himself? The King of Clay, the Master of Clay. This, whoever he is, he's damn good. King of Clay, I don't know. I really do have to give him credit because it's a great technique. Anyway, we're almost there. I just want to get this thing done as you guys do. But I've been enjoying it and I've learned a heck of a lot about it. It's been fun, actually. It's just that I'm so stressed out from the coordination and the teaching and all that stuff and my freelance stuff. But that's the way it goes. That's the way of the freelancer. Talk to you soon. Bye now. Well, here it is. I cooked them. It's too warm in here. I basically let it cool off, but I gave it about 20 minutes at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to take them out now, although I might want to use some gloves. Well, it looks like part of them is a little bit overcooked. It started to turn brown at the thinner edges, but shouldn't be a problem because I can either sand it off or paint over it. Part of the problem was some of the pieces are quite thin. It calls for 15 minutes per quarter inch of Sculpey. Some parts were a little thicker, obviously some were a bit thinner, and they got a bit toasty. Not a big deal. I am going to sand him next. So I'm sanding this guy a little bit. You'll notice that it leaves a little bit of residue on there. But I'm just touching up some of the rough areas. Maybe there's a fingernail print or a fingerprint or whatever. I don't want to sand it too much. But a lot of this stuff, a lot of this small stuff will probably fill in with the paint when I put paint on it. So it's all good. One interesting little aspect was that the shoe kind of lifted and the Sculpey basically shrunk a little bit, uncovering a bit of that. So I'll cover that with a bit of epoxy or something. And I might just take my, look at that, where'd that come from? I may take my Dremel tool, well actually it's a Ryobi, and grind down a little bit of this. I don't want to risk wrecking it though. You can see where the thin pieces of Sculpey toasted up a bit. So in retrospect, I think I probably... I'm going to try to grind down certain parts of the character just because, especially the neck, because I wanted a skinnier neck on this guy. I'm going to use a Dremel tool with a fairly small sanding implement. Looks like it's a nail or a needle or something like that, but it's smallish, and it's got obviously it's got some abrasive material on it. So let's see what happens. I hope I don't break this thing. My God. Well, I rescued that piece of the leather flap for the helmet, but I learned something that I should have probably put a wire in there just to give it a little bit of support. But what I have to do now, I guess, is either glue this back on or maybe just find a piece of leather and glue that on. That might work better. It's not going to be as brittle. I better be careful on this side because this has got a buckle on it. By the way, I made the little buckle out of paperclip, and it actually works.